Okay, let's start with a simple question. What did you eat this morning? Toast? A sandwich? Maybe you washed it down with soda or juice from a carton, or added ketchup to your eggs. Sounds like a typical breakfast for millions of people. Nothing special, nothing dangerous. That's how it seems. But today I want to show you the other side of this ordinary breakfast, because while you're calmly chewing your toast and scrolling through your phone, something important is happening inside your body. Your kidneys, two small organs the size of a fist, have already started working. They're filtering your blood. Every minute, about a liter of blood passes through them. Over the course of a day, nearly 200 liters. They remove toxins, eliminate excess fluid, regulate blood pressure, balance minerals. That's an enormous amount of work, and they do it silently, without complaints, without warnings, until they start to break down. And they break down slowly, over years. And the scariest part, you don't feel it. Kidneys don't hurt until more than half of their function is lost. Half. Think about that number. Today I'm going to tell you about 8 foods that do exactly that. Slowly and invisibly destroy your kidneys. And all of them are most likely present in your breakfast right now. Stay until the end, because the last 2 points surprise people the most. Let's go. Food number 1. White bread, rolls, toast, all baked goods made from refined flour. I understand. This sounds unexpected. Bread is the foundation of breakfast, something completely familiar and harmless. But let's break down what's actually happening inside. When manufacturers make white flour, they strip the grain of everything valuable: fiber, vitamins, minerals. What's left is essentially pure starch. But that's only half the problem. To improve texture, give bread volume and softness, inorganic phosphate additives are mixed into the flour. And this is where the problem begins. Natural phosphorus, found in nuts, legumes, or fresh fish, is absorbed by the body at roughly 40 to 60%. The body regulates how much it takes in. Inorganic phosphorus from food additives is absorbed at nearly 100%, with no regulation whatsoever. All of it enters the bloodstream, and the kidneys are forced to filter and eliminate it, day after day, breakfast after breakfast. In a healthy person with strong kidneys, this accumulates over years and gradually reduces their function. In people with already weakened kidneys, and there are far more of those than you think, because they simply don't know it, this process accelerates dramatically. But that's still not all. Refined carbohydrates from white flour are broken down very quickly in the body and cause a sharp spike in blood sugar. The pancreas releases insulin. Sugar drops, you want to eat again. This cycle repeats every single day, and chronically unstable blood sugar directly damages the tiniest blood vessels in the kidneys. This is exactly how diabetic nephropathy begins, one of the leading causes of kidney failure in the world. Every morning, a toast or a roll is a small but completely consistent blow to your filters. Number 2. Soda, cola, lemonade, any sweet carbonated drinks. Many people drink them at breakfast, instead of juice, instead of water, simply out of habit. Let's break down exactly what happens when this liquid enters your body. Dark carbonated drinks, cola and everything similar, contain phosphoric acid. This isn't just an acid with a scary name. It's a substance that actively disrupts the body's mineral balance, leaches calcium from bones, and creates conditions for the formation of kidney stones. Kidney stones aren't just painful. They cause chronic inflammation, damage to kidney tissue, and in severe cases, a complete blockage of urine flow. Studies show that people who regularly drink 2 or more servings of dark soda per day have twice the risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to those who don't. Twice. Meanwhile, many people think, okay, I'll switch to clear soda without the coloring, but that brings a different problem: an enormous amount of sugar. One standard can of soda can contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar. That's an explosive hit to your blood glucose levels and, again, added stress on the kidneys' blood vessels. Replace soda with water and lemon or unsweetened herbal tea. This is perhaps one of the simplest dietary changes you can make, and one of the most significant for kidney health. Number 3. Sugar substitutes: aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, acesulfame potassium. People switch to these genuinely believing no sugar means safe, means healthy, means definitely better than actual sugar. But it's not that simple. A large study that followed thousands of participants over 11 years found the following. Women who consume drinks with artificial sweeteners daily experience significantly faster decline in kidney function compared to those who didn't. Why does this happen? First, sugar substitutes disrupt the gut microbiome, that community of bacteria that influences literally everything, including inflammatory processes in the body. Second, some of these substances, especially aspartame, break down in the body into compounds that are themselves toxic when they accumulate. Third, the kidneys are forced to filter and eliminate these foreign chemical substances over and over again. Every day, every glass of diet soda, every sweetener tablet in your coffee. This is quiet, invisible, but absolutely real. The word diet on a label means only that the product has fewer calories. It does not mean safe for your kidneys. Those are fundamentally different things. Number 4. Salt. I know, you've heard this 1,000 times, but let's stop and break down the mechanism so thoroughly that it finally truly sinks in. Imagine the kidney as an incredibly complex system of the finest tubes and filters, operating under pressure. When you consume too much sodium, fluid is retained in the body. Blood volume increases. Pressure in the vessels rises. In the kidneys, this pressure is felt especially strongly because an enormous flow of blood passes through them. Chronic high pressure literally tears the tiniest capillaries, damages nephrons, those microscopic filtering units that make up each kidney. Each kidney has about 1 million of them. And here's the most important thing you need to know. Nephrons do not regenerate at all, ever. If a nephron dies, it's gone forever. The remaining ones take on additional load and wear out faster. This is a progressive, irreversible process. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 5 grams of salt per day. The average person consumes 9 to 12. And yet many people sincerely say, I don't salt my food at all, because they don't know that sodium is hidden everywhere. In regular bread, in cottage cheese, in processed meats, in ready-made breakfasts, in sauces. We'll talk about sauces in a moment. They deserve their own conversation. Number 5. Canned fish, tuna, sardines, mackerel in a tin. This surprises people the most because fish is a healthy food, a source of omega-3, protein, everything good. Fresh fish. Yes, absolutely. The canned fish is a completely different story, and here's why. The first problem is salt. One standard can of canned tuna contains between 400 and 800 milligrams of sodium. In some brands, even more. That's between 15 and 30% of the daily recommended intake in one small portion. And that's just from the fish, before you've added bread, sauce, or anything else. The second problem is preservatives and food additives, monosodium glutamate, phosphates, acidity regulators. All of this is additional chemical load that the kidneys must filter. The third problem is high protein content. Protein is essential for the body. That's undeniable. But when it's broken down, urea and other nitrogen compounds are produced, which the kidneys must eliminate through urine. For healthy kidneys, this is normal, routine work. But when you eat canned fish every morning, receiving simultaneously a heavy dose of salt, additives, and concentrated protein, this is accumulated where fresh or frozen fish 2 to 3 times a week. An excellent choice. Canned fish every day for breakfast. That's already a very different conversation. Number 6. Fast food. Burgers, nuggets, sandwiches from coffee shops, French fries. Many people eat this specifically in the morning, quickly, on the go, on the way to work. It seems like a little and occasionally, no big deal. But let's simply look at the numbers. One standard cheeseburger with sauce contains between 1,000 and 1,500 milligrams of sodium. A serving of French fries adds another 400 to 600 milligrams. A soda on the side adds phosphoric acid and sugar on top of that. Total. In one meal you've hit your entire daily sodium allowance or exceeded it. And all of this before 10 in the morning. Now add trans fats from the deep fryer, which trigger systemic inflammation throughout the entire body. Add refined carbohydrates from the bun. Add synthetic flavorings, flavor enhancers, and dyes. Your kidneys receive this entire concentrated cocktail and must deal with it. Regular fast food consumption is directly linked to the development of hypertension and type 2 diabetes. And those are the 2 leading conditions that destroy kidneys faster and more effectively than anything else. This isn't just unhealthy food. This is accumulated damage whose consequences will appear 10 to 15 years from now, when it will already be very difficult to change anything. Number 7. Sauces. Ketchup, mayonnaise, soy sauce, mustard, barbecue sauce, teriyaki, sweet chili, Thousand Island. We use them as if they were completely natural, a little flavor, a bit of enjoyment. But let's look at the specific numbers, and you'll understand why sauces are one of the main hidden sources of sodium in our diet. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce contains around 900 milligrams of sodium. 1 tablespoon. That's nearly 20% of the daily recommended intake. 1 tablespoon of ketchup, salt plus sugar plus vinegar plus thickeners. Mayonnaise in most commercial versions is hydrogenated fats, stabilizers, preservatives, and salt. Barbecue sauce, sugar, salt, coloring, flavor enhancer. We pour this on literally everything. Scrambled eggs, toast, sandwiches, omelets, pancakes. And we genuinely think we're eating normally because a sauce is just a condiment, right? The kidneys don't see it that way. From the very first minutes of the day, they're already receiving a stream of sodium, sugar, and synthetic substances. And this happens every single morning. If you can't give up sauces entirely, learn to read labels, choose options with minimal sodium content, or make your own sauces from natural ingredients. It's simpler than it sounds, and far more delicious. And now, the 8th point, which almost nobody talks about, yet it multiplies the harm from everything mentioned above many times over. This isn't a foo. It's something you're not doing. Most people start their morning with coffee, then breakfast from everything we talked about, and during the entire day, they barely drink a liter of water, if that. Chronic dehydration is one of the most underestimated enemies of the kidneys. When the kidneys don't receive enough fluid, they can't perform their work properly. The concentration of toxins and mineral salts in the urine rises. This creates ideal conditions for the formation of stones. It irritates and inflames kidney tissue. It reduces the glomerular filtration rate, the main indicator of kidney function. And when all of this combines with a diet saturated with salt, phosphates, sugar, and chemical additives, you're creating the perfect environment to find yourself with chronic kidney disease 10 to 20 years from now. The solution is simple. A minimum of 1.5 to 2 liters of clean water per day. Start every morning with a glass of water. Before coffee, before food, before your phone. It takes 30 seconds and literally changes how your kidneys function throughout the entire day. So, let's summarize. White flour baked goods, hidden in organic phosphorus and sharp blood sugar spikes. Soda, phosphoric acid, sugar, and a direct path to kidney stones. Sugar substitutes, chronic inflammation and invisible wear on your filters. Salt, irreversible destruction of nephrons that never regenerate. Canned fish, a triple blow of sodium, food additives, and concentrated protein. Fast food, an entire day's sodium allowance in one meal, plus trans fats and systemic inflammation. Sauces, hidden sodium and sugar that we add to food without thinking. And the absence of water, the thing that makes everything else far more dangerous. I'm not calling on you to make radical changes starting tomorrow morning. I'm not saying throw everything out of the refrigerator and eat only boiled vegetables. I'm talking about something different. Start paying attention. Read the ingredients of what you buy. Ask yourself a simple question. What's hidden in here? Drink water. Reduce salt gradually. Your taste buds adapt within 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll stop noticing the difference. Replace one product from this list at a time. Not everything at once, just one step. Your kidneys work every second, every minute, without days off, without vacation, without a single complaint, until they stop. And when they stop, it changes your life completely. Dialysis, restrictions, fatigue, complications. Don't let it reach that point. You have the time, the information, and the choice right now. If this video was helpful, give it a like. It helps get this information in front of more people. Subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And most importantly, send this video to someone whose health you care about. Someone who pours ketchup on everything every morning and washes it down with soda. You definitely know people like that. See you in the next video.